That's how gangsters roll. That's how gangsters roll.
What do you know about Romania?
Not a lot. I've only been here once before. Played in Timisoara a few years ago. It was my first time in Bucharest, so yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes down.
How did you start your musical career as a producer?
I started DJing drum and bass, and then I basically just kind of wanted to make my own tunes. So I saved up a little bit of money, bought a really shit computer, and then just kind of started teaching myself. And I lived at a time when I was a student with other people who were doing music, and kind of picked up a bit of like tips and ideas from them, and just kind of, that was like 17 years ago, and I've just been doing it ever since. So
It was hard in the beginning.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And like I look back and the tunes I was writing then, terrible, But you got to start somewhere, and just kind of write what you like doing, and if you like it, hopefully someone else will like it. So,
what were your first influences?
Well, when I started writing, I was really into like Bad Company, Ed Russian Optical. It was kind of 2000, so it was kind of all that dark. Yeah, it was kind of like the kind of dark tech step kind of sound was like really big at the time, and I just kind of started writing that. But then I kind of experimented with some liquid stuff and kind of neurofy, and I just basically now I write a bit of everything, jump up, techie stuff, bit liquid vocal tunes. I like writing all of it really.
Last year you've been #1 in Beatport charts for 9 weeks.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it?
Oh, mate, it was amazing. Yeah, I didn't know how big that tune was when I wrote it. I wrote it very quickly, and I was excited about it, but I didn't know how big it was going to go. And it just took off, and everyone was playing it, and yeah, it was on Beatport for ages, and yeah, and still now every time I go to a club I hear it. So that was wicked.
How did this thing influence your career?
Well, just I don't know. I mean, I'm always just trying to write tunes that I think that I want to play when I'm DJing. So, I mean, it's great when people agree and buy a record and want to play it as well. So, yeah, I don't know. Just keep doing that kind of thing, really. I think last year, particularly, like we really found the DC break sound, and yeah, just going to keep doing more of that, basically.
Having more than 15 years of experience in this kind of music. How will you define the evolution of drum and bass music from the beginning till now?
Well, there's a lot more kind of parts of drum bass now. Like, so when I first started, there was like maybe 2 or 3 styles really, and now there's so many little types of drum bass and all different, and you can go to a night and hear only like one kind of drum bass. And I mean, there's so many things have happened. Like dubstep's kind of been and gone. That had a big influence on drum bass for a while, and yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of changed. It's a lot more popular now and a lot more mainstream. Like, there's been a couple of #1s in the UK, drum bass, Sigma right now #1 again. So there's a lot more broad kind of appreciation of drum bass in the mainstream, which is good because it kind of brings more people into the music and, opens up more people to drum bass. So it's a good thing.
Because if it's more mainstream, do you think that the drum and bass can go on the dubstep road and be killed by its own popularity?
I don't think so, because, well, I hope not, but drum bass is always, because it's a unique tempo. It's there's nothing else like it. I think it will always have its own little corner, and in the past it's kind of become popular. There's been #1s in the past, and people have kind of got into it, and then it kind of goes away, changes, takes in some other influences, grows and comes back stronger. So, and it's always kind of done that really since I've been into it. So, like back in the day, actually, like Ronnie Size, people making music like that, Marky with LK, that was really popular. And so, I think they'll just keep doing that. But yeah, in Pendulum, all those guys. So, yeah, I don't know. It's evolving. It's continually evolving and changing. Like the drum bass now is completely different to what it was a few years ago, and 5 years and 10 years ago. So as long as it's changing and people are coming up with new ideas and keeping it original, then it can only keep getting better.
Will you produce beats for mainstream artists?
Yeah, well, we're writing an album at the moment, which is pretty much all but finished, and we're working with a lot of really great vocalists and songwriters on that, and we like ideally, you want to work with the best people in the music, or people who are writing stuff you appreciate, or remixing. Like we just remixed Professor Green, for example. So Yeah, we've done Tiny Temper in the past, Paloma Faith, like all sorts of big names. So, and again, it's a cool way to get something new into drum and bass, to take a more mainstream artist who's producing, more kind of songs and stuff, but then put that drum bass twist on it and make it work in the clubs.
This is your first studio album that you're gonna release. What can you tell us about it?
Well, the final track list isn't like finalised, but it's going to have a bit of kind of like influence of what we were doing last year with the kind of swag and Gambino type records. There's going to be some VIPs and some exclusive remixes of those kind of tunes, and there's going to be a lot more like proper songs, songs that we've written. Like I was saying, we're working with some great vocalists, so it's going to be a bit of everything, and some some good songs you can listen to, and then stuff you can like listen to in the clubs and really go off to as well. Yeah, some hard stuff as well. So a bit of everything, basically, which is, is what we do. We write a bit of everything, and when we DJ, we play a bit of everything, kind of cover all the styles. So it's all drum and bass, but it's kind of different flavours of drum bass within the album.
What's your relations with NDC?
Yeah, so Andy obviously runs RAM. He's kind of the main kind of point of contact for kind of getting feedback on records. So if we write a tune, we'll send it to him, get his feedback, and he'll kind of say, oh, I like this, do more of this. Usually says more bass. But yeah, no, he's an amazing person to have as your kind of feedback person, because he's just he's been doing the music and pushing it along for so long. He really knows. He plays lines to him, and like we go to RAM and have a meeting, play some new music, and he's like jumping up and down, getting all excited. You've got a great record. So. Well, I mean, he doesn't tell us what to write, but if we play him a record and say, what do you think? If he immediately likes it, you're onto a good thing, and you go away and finish it. Because a lot of the time, you might be writing, I don't know, at the moment, well, as we were writing the album, we most likely had 20, 30, 40 records that we were working on at any one time, and you can't necessarily finish all of them. Some of them aren't worth finishing. So it's good to have kind of feedback on, that record's amazing, go away and finish that one. That one, work on it, but just don't prioritise it, because otherwise you've got so much material you can't necessarily finish and find, what's going to work well. And as you kind of start finishing tracks, then you can kind of get an idea of, how an album's sounding and shaping up, and then you can start to kind of think, well, maybe you need a bit more of that or a bit less of that. And it's a fluid process, man, and it's taken us a long time, so we're excited to finally have it kind of very nearly finished.
What advice will you give to a kid who wants to start a DJ producer career?
You got to work hard. You've got to put a lot of time into it. Producing is a very time-consuming process. You've got to work really, really hard, and if you don't, someone else will. So you've got to really want it, and you've just got to put the hours in, write what you like. You can be influenced by other things, of course. Everyone is, but if you stick to what you like, and hopefully you've got decent taste in what you think is good, then other people will hopefully like it. And you shouldn't try and write stuff you think other people like. Write what you like, and then hopefully people will agree with you. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm Chris, DC Breaks, representing from RAM Records here in Romania. I'm excited to play, and great to be here.